What are the best and worst neighborhoods in Grimsby, Ontario? As even a small town like Grimsby has a wide variety of different neighborhoods to choose from. And some neighborhoods I'd recommend to one family would be other neighborhoods I'd probably recommend to avoid to another family, just depending on what you're looking for. So I thought in this video here, we'd be breaking down Grimsby into the 8 distinct neighborhoods that make up Grimsby, being Grimsby on the Lake, Casablanca, Grimsby Lakeside, downtown, Nelles and Dorchester Estates, Grimsby Beach, Grimsby East, and the Grimsby Mountain. So by the time you finish watching this video here, you'll know where the best and worst neighborhoods are for you and your family. And Grimsby over the last really 5-10 years has seen a lot of expansion, with more and more families looking to move here just outside of the GTA while still giving it easy and quick access, as you're right in between both Hamilton and St. Catharines along the QEW. And I know one thing that residents absolutely love about living in Grimsby is you're either right beside Lake Ontario or the Niagara Escarpment, giving you some absolutely scenic views regardless of which neighborhoods you choose. So let's just jump on into it and talk about the neighborhood that's on the northern westernmost part of Grimsby, and that is Grimsby on the Lake. And this neighborhood here is one of my favorite neighborhoods to recommend to those young professionals that are looking to commute to Toronto or somewhere westbound on a regular basis, as here you're gonna have the easiest commute throughout Grimsby, but it also offers you a wide variety of different condo options to choose from, as well as townhome options to choose from, all of which were really built in the last 10 years, with a lot of development happening really in the last 5 years as well. So you're gonna get those great easy access to those condos and townhomes that are just a short walk away from some amazing waterfront trails, as you get to walk along them there and end up at Casablanca Beach, a great beach to relax on a sunny summer day. But also in Grimsby on the Lake, you won't have any major shopping retail stores to choose from, so it's a little bit of a con in that sense that you're gonna have to commute to one of the neighboring communities to get access to those big box chain stores to shop at. However, within Grimsby on the Lake, you're gonna find some local businesses you can definitely check out. They're all within a short walk away from all the places living here. And now my personal favorites would be the Olive Board Charcuterie and Wine Board to have some amazing cheeses with some great local wine. You also can find La Mansion Rose Cafe serving delicious lattes and pastries with a truly unique interior. You have Urban Craving when you're looking for some delicious but healthy smoothings. And then you still have Lang on the Water for some of the best Vietnamese cuisines in all of Grimsby. And then as for what you can expect for the real estate on Grimsby on the Lake, it's primarily, like I mentioned, condos, as this is 61% of the real estate sold in this neighborhood here. And typically it's those 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. However, you will be able to find a few 3 and 4 bedroom condos as well on the penthouse levels. Now, majority of condos in this neighborhood here are really going to be selling between that $450,000 and $650,000 mark. And then those penthouses are going to be a bit closer to that $1 million mark. And then if you're looking for townhomes, this is also a great option, as it made up 35% of the real estate sold. And typically here, you're going to find those 3-bed townhomes with 3 to 4 bathrooms, really built in the last 10 years, and are selling typically between $700,000 and $850,000. And while you will find a few detached homes in this neighborhood here, this is not really the best place to find detached homes, as while there were a few built before really Grimsby on the Lake was primarily built, so you'll find a few scattered here and there. The next neighborhood I'd recommend if you're really looking for detached homes is on the other side of the QEW, and that's Casablanca. And Casablanca is awesome, as it gives you really a nice mixture of both townhomes and detached homes to choose from, still giving you easy access to the QEW. But in this case, this neighborhood here is tucked right into the Niagara Escarpment. So I know so many residents that absolutely love moving here, because it just feels like when you're driving down your street, you're literally looking at the Niagara Escarpment, and it's just beautiful to look at, whether it's in the summertime, whether it's in the fall time, a little less in the wintertime when the leaves are down, but basically year round, it is still very picturesque to look at. Now, some other things you can definitely expect to enjoy when you're living in this neighborhood here is you have the Peach King Center, which is one of Grimsby's main community centers that its residents enjoy. And this here offers a variety of both indoor ice rinks, one outdoor rink you can enjoy, as well as a fitness center, auditorium, but also a splash pad for your kids. And what's great about this community center here is this is one of the local spots that the farmers markets happen every single week. So you're just within walking distance to go grabbing some of your local produce at your neighborhood. But then you also have Wolverton Conservation Area to also enjoy some amazing hiking trails through the Niagara Escarpment. And then also in this neighborhood here, you'll find a few smaller parks located throughout the neighborhood. And then as for the real estate sold here, it's really going to be 50% detached homes and 50% townhomes. So as for the detached homes, you're going to find out two major chunks of detached homes to choose from. First are those original detached homes sitting on larger lots that were built in the 1960s, maybe the 1970s, but have been updated throughout the years. And these homes here typically sell in the high 800, 900 range to the low 1 millions. However, if you're looking for a newer home that's been more recently built, you can find a lot of great options to choose from in this area here, and they're typically selling between $1 million and $1.2 million, and usually offer those 4 beds and 3 to 4 baths with a double car attached garage. And then as for townhomes in this neighborhood here, where you're primarily going to find is a lot of them selling between that $650,000 and $800,000 mark. And there's a few different variety of townhomes to choose from. You have those typical 2-story townhomes with a built-in garage, but then you also find a few stacked townhomes that are 3 stories and just offer a 1-car driveway for you and your family to enjoy. So if you're new here, my name is Matthew. I'm a local realtor, and this channel is all about living in Hamilton and the surrounding cities like Grimsby, Ontario, helping you get a better idea of what it's like to eat, sleep, play, and the real estate available in each one of the cities to help you and your family better determine which areas are right for you. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're interested in moving here, and send me and my team a message to book your free relocation call where we can take a deeper dive look on exactly what would fit your criteria. Other than that, let's jump on in to the next neighborhood I always recommend to families, and that's Nelles Dorchester Estates. Now this is located just on the other side of the downtown of Grimsby. Overall, this is one of the premium neighborhoods within Grimsby, and you'll see why as you drive through it. As on the western side of this neighborhood, you'll find Nelles Estates, where you can find a variety of homes that were really built in the 60s and 70s and offer large lots with absolutely stunning finishings on the inside, being tucked right against the escarpment. But then on the eastern side, you can find Dorchester Estate for more of those newer homes, while still also being real close to the Niagara Escarpment and all the great nature it has to offer you. As when you're living in this neighborhood here, not only are you just going to be a short walk or drive away from Centennial Park, which is located on the Nelles Estate neighborhood side, and offers a soccer field, some great picnic areas, as well as various walking paths to enjoy. And then if you're an avid golfer like myself, you'll love living in this neighborhood here, as you're just going to be a short drive away from Grimsby's golfing range. And then just on the other side of Main Street as well, you're not only going to find West Lincoln Memorial Hospital. So if you're a doctor or nurse working in this hospital here, it's a great neighborhood to choose. But then just down Main Street, a short little bit, you're going to find a wide variety of shopping centers to go and explore along downtown Grimsby, as well as Grimsby's Power Center. And then as for the real estate found in this neighborhood here, it's primarily going to be detached homes, as this made up 75% of the real estate sold. Now thankfully, because this neighborhood is quite diverse with different detached home options, you're going to have a wide variety of options to choose from when you're looking in this neighborhood. If you're looking between that $800 and $1 million mark, what you're really going to find are some of those 1960s, 1970 homes that are around 1,300 square feet and have been updated on the inside, or you'll find some slightly larger ones like that 1,800 to 2,000 square feet that maybe need a little bit of love. And then around that $1 million to $1.3 million mark, this is where you're going to find really the bread and butter of the majority of homes here, as you're going to find those 1960s, 1970s homes that sit on the large size lots that are either a little bit larger than the smaller homes we just chatted about, but have immaculate finishings on the inside, and typically here as well, also some immaculate gardens and pools and just oases in your backyard to enjoy. And then also here, you're going to find some homes that were built in the early 2000s, offering you that typically 4 beds, 4 baths with updated finishings throughout the home. And then if you're really looking for a beautiful estate right on the Niagara Escarpment, this is the neighborhood I'd also recommend you take a look at. And these homes here are going to sell anywhere from $1.4 million to $2.5 million. And that's because of the wide variety of types of homes along the escarpment, as you'll find some that are at 2,000 square feet. However, a lot of those larger homes are really going to be at that 3,000, 4,000 square feet inside with absolutely spectacular backyards that back onto the Niagara Escarpment. Then the other type of real estate you'll find here is a few townhome options that were really built in the 1990s right beside West Lincoln Memorial Hospital that are freehold townhomes that offer 3 beds, 3 baths, usually selling for somewhere like $600,000 to $700,000 range. And then right beside the downtown core of Grimsby in the Nelles Estate, you'll find a few low-rise buildings for condos, and these here are usually 1 to 2 beds with 1 bath condos, typically selling between $450,000 and $600,000. So talking about the downtown of Grimsby brings us on to the next neighborhood, the downtown area. And in this area here, you will find a few different options to choose from. Typically, it's more of those detached homes built in the 1960s, 1990s, but you'll also find here a lot of great local businesses to choose from. Some of my personal favorite businesses you need to check out when you're living in Grimsby is first Station 1 Coffee House to enjoy some great coffee and get some work done. You got Nona's Pizzeria for amazing pizza. You got Ted Sports Bar to grab a beer and go watch the game. Or you got the Brick Shack, which is the ultimate store if you're into Legos, where you can buy, sell, or trade any type of Lego set. Then also here, you're going to find the Grimsby Shopping Center, which is going to be the biggest plaza throughout Grimsby and offer you a variety of different amenities to choose from the Canadian Tire to the Sobeys to the beer store, Shoppers Drug Mart, Mark's Merc Warehouse, and more. And then also in this neighborhood here, like the other ones, you're just a short walk or drive away from some amazing nature. As in this neighborhood, you're right beside Beamer Memorial Conservation Area with many different trails to explore, leading to some excellent views of Grimsby as well as Lake Ontario. And then if you want to have a more chilled day by the pool, but you'll also find Coronation Park and Grimsby Lion Community Pool. And then one last bonus about living in this neighborhood here is you're going to have the only train stop in all of Grimsby. Right now, the GO train doesn't come here, but there are plans to add it in the future. Right now, all it does is once a week or twice a week, Via Rail comes here, stops by, where you can take a train that goes all the way from Grimsby, all the way out west to Vancouver, or all the way out east as well. And then as for the real estate here, what you're going to find is 56% were detached homes that were either bungalows and 1.5 stories homes that were a little bit on the older side, but sit on wide sized lots. And these range in prices depending on the finishings between $750K to $1 million. And then you'll find a few $1 million to $1.2 million homes that are typically those 2-story homes built either in the 90s or early 2000s. And then as for townhomes, this was the other large chunk of real estate sold in this neighborhood here. That was 37% of the real estate sold. And you'll find some condo townhomes that were really built in the 1960s, selling between $500,000 and $600,000. And then if you're looking for a more freehold townhome, these in this neighborhood here cost between $650,000 to $750,000 and were typically built around 2010. And then you will find, again, a few low-rise options for condos to choose from, made up only about 7% of the real estate sold here, selling for about $500,000 for some spacious 1 to 2 bed condos within walking distance to downtown Grimsby. Then another neighborhood I know a lot of residents enjoy moving to if you want to be close to the water is Grimsby Lakeside. As here, you're going to get quick and easy access to Lake Ontario, either through the Port of Grimsby, where you can literally buy a townhome and live at the port here, while also being just walks away from your boat. But you can also just take a drive down here, park, and also enjoy some delicious foods at JJ's on the docks, which is a great restaurant I always recommend to anyone staying in Grimsby. But then also here, you'll find some great waterfront parks, which makes sense as you're right on the water. And you'll find Nelles Beach Park as well as Murray Street Parks, 2 waterfront parks that are absolutely stunning to enjoy in the summertime and just offer some amazing lakeside views to enjoy regardless of the season. And then like the other neighborhoods here, you're just going to be a short drive away from the QEW. But one of the downsides about living in this neighborhood here is you are going to have to commute to downtown Grimsby to get access to your shopping, as this area here is really just residential neighborhoods, as 92% of the real estate sold within this neighborhood here was detached homes really ranging between $700 and $1.2 million, just depending on how close you get to the water versus how close you are to the QEW, as well as what the finishings are inside. But typically these homes here were built between the 1960s and 1990s. And then you will find a few semi-detached home options and condo townhomes to choose from, really selling in the lower 1 millions, as you'll find some condo townhomes right on the Lake Ontario that are giving you great options to get lakeside views, but you'll also find a bit more affordable semi-detached homes that are a little bit closer to the QEW, making it a quick and easy commute to work. Then the other area that is right on Lake Ontario that you need to check out is the Grimsby Beach, and this is one of the most unique areas to purchase real estate in all of Grimsby. As similar to what you found in Grimsby on the lake, you're gonna find a lot of homes that are of that style, but you'll also find some of the most unique real estate throughout the GTA and Niagara region, which are commonly referred to as the gingerbread homes of Grimsby. As when you're living in Grimsby on the beach, of course, you have Grimsby's beach right there for you to go and enjoy Lake Ontario, but you also have a great dog park in Steve McDonald's leash-free dog park. But the real attraction about living in this neighborhood here is you get some amazing Victorian old cottage homes that have been now painted with some absolutely stunning and bright, beautiful colors to enjoy. Now, if you are looking to purchase one of these Victorian homes to live in, it's going to be a bit of a wait for you, as they don't pop on the market that often, so want to make sure you keep your eye on it. But other than that, you'll find some great standard detached homes that were really built in the 1990s and early 2000s, typically selling between that $750,000 to $950,000 mark, with a few more being sold in the lower millions if they have some upgraded premium finishings. But then also here you have the semi-detached home options that were built in the 1990s and are typically common on the south side of this neighborhood, selling between $600,000 and $800,000. So if this is a lot and you started to learn what neighborhoods are right for Grimsby for you, and maybe what areas aren't right for Grimsby, but want to go into more detail to make sure that you are buying in the right neighborhood for you and your family, send me and my team a message today where we can jump on a real estate relocation consult call and really guide you through where the best neighborhoods are based on your search criteria, based on the questions you have, so you can be rest assured not only are you going to get the best home for your family, but you're going to be living in the best neighborhood as well. So send us a message today to book that relocation call. Other than that, let's jump on in to the next neighborhood, which is Grimsby East. And this is located on the furthest east side of Grimsby. And this neighborhood here is going to be kind of similar to the Nelles and Dorchester Estates, slightly a little bit more affordable depending on the homes you're looking for. And this neighborhood here offers a lot of great amenities, as just east of this neighborhood, you're at the wine country, really where you can find over 50 different wineries to explore in the neighboring city of Lincoln, Ontario. But also within this neighborhood here, you'll find the Grimsby YMCA, the other major community center within Grimsby, offering you that fitness center, pool, basketball courts, some pickleball courts, and more. But then also you have a great spot to grab a sandwich at 270 Bench Kitchen. Now, this neighborhood here is going to be primarily residential neighborhoods, so you're either going to have to be commuting to downtown Grimsby to get the majority of your shopping done. Now, like I mentioned, the real estate found in this neighborhood here is going to be similar to Nelles and Dorchester Estate, as you're going to find some that were built in the 1960s, as well as some newer homes that were really built in the 2010, and then you'll find one street that is just being finished up developing today. The only difference is the further you go away from really downtown Grimsby and the more east you go, the further the escarpment kind of skirts out, so you're not going to be necessarily tucked right into the escarpment the further east you go in this neighborhood here. And as for the real estate, about 50% was detached homes, and you can really find some selling between that $800,000 and $1.1 million through a variety of different time periods. But you can also find some of the newest, largest homes in this neighborhood here selling between $1.3 and $1.5 million. Then as for townhomes, that made up the other 50% of real estate sold. And you can find both freehold and condo townhomes that were between 1,200 to 1,400 square feet, selling between $600,000 to $700,000. And then if you're looking for those freehold or condo townhomes that are a bit bigger, usually 1,800 square feet that offer 3 beds, 3 baths, those are going to be selling between $700,000 and $900,000. Then the next area we need to take a look at is Grimsby on the Mountain. And this area here is if you really want your privacy, want to live more in the rural part of Grimsby, as if you just head up the Grimsby Mountain. Here, you're going to primarily find rural farm fields, but also some large estates that offer ample room in the backyard to enjoy. Now, this is also the area where you're going to find the best golfing, as you see some golf courses close by, as well as Grimsby's golf range in this neighborhood here. Then also, you'll find a large sports park that I imagine if your kids are in sports, you're going to be spending a lot of Saturday and Sunday afternoons here. And then as for the real estate, it's 100% detached homes with a wide variety of prices, as you'll find some smaller detached homes that were some of the original homes selling in around $1 million, where you'll find some of those large mansions that were recently built selling for $3 million. So if you are interested in moving in Grimsby, first, send me and my team a message to book your relocation call. But second, the next video I'd recommend you go check out is my video covering everything you need to know before moving to Grimsby. So you can find that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.